मेरा नाम निपेंद्र कुमार दास। मैं कटक फुटबॉल टीम का कोच हूँ। मेरा टीम का ऊपर बहुत होप रखा हूँ। आज फाइनल मैच है, जैसे भी करके विन करने के लिए हम लोग कोशिश करेगा और बच्चे लोग को ऐसे भी ट्रीट किया हम लोग, जैसे अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस करेंगे। मैं भी बेटर, क्योंकि ये मैच का ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, जो अच्छा खेलेगा वो जीतेगा। अभी तो मैच शुरू नहीं हुआ, पहले से हम लोग तैयार करके रखे हैं कैसे विन करना है मैच। आज के इम्पोर्टेंट बहुत है। मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत है, बच्चे लोग का भी मोटिवेशन किया है हम लोग, थ्योरी क्लास वगैरह किया है। और हम लोग जर्नी अच्छा था, जैसे शुरुआत किया था वैसे उसको फिनिश करके हम लोग अच्छा करके जाएंगे। क्योंकि एक कोच और ये प्रेस्टिजियस टूर्नामेंट है। कटक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का हम लोग लास्ट ईयर रनर्स अप हो गया था, ट्राईबेकर में सुंदरगढ़ का साथ हार गए थे। इस बार कैसे करके हम लोग को जीतना है और ये ट्रॉफी लेके जाना है।
मेरा नाम पिंटू सामल है। मैं कटक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का कैप्टन हूँ। आज हम लोग का एक बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है, क्योंकि हम लोग का आज फाइनल मैच है और हम लोग का टीम और कोच, हम लोग का मैनेजर सब अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन हुए हैं, क्योंकि फाइनल मैच को जीतने के लिए। और हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे आज का मैच विन करने के लिए। बहुत मुश्किल हुआ, क्योंकि हम लोग बहुत दिनों के बाद, क्योंकि अगले साल हम लोग रनर्स अप हुए थे, बहुत भी मतलब तकलीफ़ भी हुआ था कि इस बार फाइनल हम लोग टीम का है, फाइनल टीम। और हम लोग चाहते हैं कि एक बार विन करके जाना है। आज तो हम लोग का टीम का अच्छा ही है, क्योंकि हम लोग का पॉजिटिव ही किया है। उनके साथ एक भी मैच खेले हैं हम लोग और ड्रॉ भी किए हैं, और इस बार कोशिश करेंगे हम जीतने के लिए। मोटो तो वो तो नहीं पता है, क्योंकि हम लोग का बेस्ट ही देना है। हम लोग का टीम और कोच भी जो कहेंगे हम लोग को वही सब देना है हम लोग को, और जीत कर निकलेंगे।
कुमार मुन्नी, कंधमाल फुटबॉल कोच। आज तो 10-15 वर्ष पहले आज हम फाइनल के आज उठा है। और हमारा ज़िला पूरा आज खुशी लहर में चल रहा है। फुलवानी कंधमाल ज़िला आज कल एमपी हमको बुलाया था और पहले उनको 1 लाख और चैंपियन है तो 2 लाख डिक्लेयर किया है। इसलिए पूरा टीम पूरा दम में खेलने का चाहता है। आज पूरा पूरा खुश है। आज ये पूरा हमारा सपोर्ट है। पूरा पीला हमारे प्लेयर्स भी पूरा अच्छा पूरा खेलेंगे। वो पूरा है रिजल्ट तो पूरा कंपटीशन होगा। जो चांस मिलेगा वो मारेगा तो वो टीम जीतेगा।
मेरा नाम हरिशंकर नायक है। मैं कंधमाल टीम का कैप्टन हूँ। कॉन्फिडेंस तो है, फिर भी दूसरे टीम भी बहुत अच्छा है, एक बार खेल भी चुके हैं। उन लोग का टीम भी अच्छा है, तो खेलेंगे उसके बाद मैच में जो होगा। बहुत बहुत हार्ड रहा और बहुत अच्छा टीम से खेल के आए और जीत के बहुत खुश लग रहा है कि पहली बार हम लोग का डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है पहली बार क्वालिफाई किया है फाइनल राउंड में, तो बहुत खुश लग रहा है। गेम प्लान है ही सेम है, जैसे गेम खेल रहे हैं वैसे ही, कुछ चेंजेस नहीं है। हम तो खेलेंगे अपने हिसाब से और मैच का रिजल्ट जो अच्छा खेलेगा वही जीतेगा। उसके बाद
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and as we welcome you all to the first leg final of the 62nd Inter-District State Championship Sahani Cup, and it is between Cuttack and Kandhamal, two powerhouses of the tournament, who will be battling forward to go all guns blazing at each other. No wonder they have crossed ample hurdles along their way and have eventually come out all guns blazing. We'll quickly try and introduce you to the playing 11 of both sides after the exchange of pleasantries.
ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦାଜନକ ସାହାଣୀ କପ୍ 62ତମ ସାହାଣୀ କପ୍ ମୁଁ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ଫୁଟବଲ
And now the two captains are out there in the center for the much awaited toss. We have Pintu Samal leading the lines of Kandhamal, wherein Hari Sankar Nayak would be leading the lines for Cuttack. Or apologies for the same. Just a reverse order, I have actually pronounced in the wrong direction. So Pintu Samal will be captaining Cuttack, wherein Hari Sankar Nayak will be captaining Kandhamal.
ଅଶୋକ କୁମାର ସାହୁ ଟୁନି ବାବୁ ଯାହାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଆଜି ଏଟିଏମ୍ ସ୍କୁଲ ପଡ଼ିଆରେ ଏତେ ବଡ଼ ଟୁର୍ଣ୍ଣାମେଣ୍ଟ ଆୟୋଜନ ହେଉଛି ଏବଂ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ସହଦେବ ରାଉତ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ ସାହୁ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ବ୍ରଜନ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ନଳିନ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ.
And that's the match officials for the finale. Referee Shrikant Bahedar, assistant referee 1 Arun Kumar Nayak, assistant referee 2 Sasikant Dasya, fourth official Debashish Bagh, and the match commissioner Durga Madhav Nayak.
ବିଗତ ଦିନରେ ଏହି ଏଟିଏମ୍ ସ୍କୁଲ ଫୁଟବଲ ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡରେ ବଚନ ମେମୋରିଆଲ ଐତିହାସିକ ସଫଳତା ପାଇଥିଲା ଯାହାର ଶ୍ରେୟ
That's the starting lineup for Kandhamal: Jagan Bisoy, Papun Kanhar, Shushanta Kanhar, Belarasan Kanhar, Deepak Digal, Sanjeev Boram, Rahul Mukhi, Ramesh Oram, Vijay Mukhi, and Dharmendra Pradhan.
ଅନେକ ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼
The subs are Shushanta Kanhar, Vishwabihari Patra, Chandan Pradhan, Saroj Kanhar, Pintu Santa, Sankar Shekhar Hemdra, Aniket Kharia, and Manas Ranjan Pradhan. The head coach is Saroj Kumar Muni.
యూత్ అసోసియేషన్ల సెక్రటరీ
Wherein for Cuttack, Sanjay Hemdra, Mangal Sorain, Niranjan Bera, Pintu Samal the captain, Mohammad Imtiaz, Vikas Sahu, Rajesh Nair, Bapuni Bindani, Sheikh Farid, Prakash Nayak, Dinabandhu Das.
ఎత్త బଡ଼
And the subs are Sheikh Kamaluddin, Prayash Panda, Jagannath Tudu, Rakesh Sahu, Vijay Bera, Dara Singh Jamuda, Lakhai Murmu, Raisen Tudu, Avinash Samal, and they'll be led on the sidelines by Niendra Kumar Das.
ଦର୍ଶକମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ଜଣାଇଦେବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ ଆମର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ମଞ୍ଚରେ ବାମ ପଟରେ ରେଡ୍ କଲର ଜର୍ସିରେ
And that's how the teams have fared so far in the tournament. Kandhamal 7 matches, Cuttack 7 matches, 19 goals scored by Kandhamal, 37 by Cuttack, 5 victories for Kandhamal, 6 for Cuttack, 2 draws for Kandhamal, a defeat for Cuttack, and clean sheets. Kandhamal has managed to keep 2 while Cuttack has managed to keep 4. Well, going by the numbers, you would obviously choose Cuttack as the absolute favourites to finish as the leading party in the first leg of the finale. But then again, let's give you all a heads up. The last time these two teams met, it was a 1-all draw between Cuttack and Kandhamal. Kandhamal got that early lead following which Cuttack managed to sneak in the equalizer in sizzling fashion to help them to what seemed a well-deserved draw.
এই যে খেলাড়ি মানে আপনারা দেখুଛନ୍ତି পড়িয়ারে এই মানেই ওড়িশার ফুটবল প্রতিভা যাহাକୁ ନେଇ ওড়িশা টিম গঠন କରାଯିବ।
Still 2 minutes to kick off. And what an exciting contest today at the Sahani Cup. I mean, look at the two teams, always willing to put their best foot forward, always battling with all their might and finesse and flair. And eventually, after braving all the hassles that could have laid in their way, they are here today. They are here in the best possible manner that you would have expected them to. It's the summit clash of the Sahani Cup, and that is all that matters.
দর্শকদের অনুরোধ করছি যে কর্তব্যে উৎসাহিত করুন তো। কর্তব্য versus কর্তব্যের মধ্যে
Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly introduce you to the teams. The team on your screen attacking from left to the right in red is none other than Cuttack, wherein the team on your screen attacking from right to the left in their signature whites will be Kandhamal. So with all said and done, we are underway in the first leg of the grand finale between Cuttack and Kandhamal. And it is Cuttack who has the ball possession at their feet and will definitely try and drive forward with maximum impact. Cuttack with the possession. Bit of a tumble as well. Now that is excellent ball control. Looking around for some space from the far right. Goes for the shot. Oh, that could have been so close. What a start to the game could we have had. And Cuttack already laying down the marker for some seraphic brand of football coming in your way. That was a scintillating pass from the right rather across. And the player was in hot pursuit of the delivery, hoping that he could get a connection to it and nudge it home. But just by whiskers, the ball sails across him. And that is a grandstand beginning to what is going to be an absolutely pulsating finale between two heavyweights, two finest of the Sahani Cup, or rather the 62nd edition of the Sahani Cup. And now the ball's back with Kandhamal. And this is going to be a fast-paced encounter if what they say is right, that the dawn shows today. Both the teams have got pace, both the teams have got the caliber, both the teams have got the shooting power that you would usually expect in a contest like this. Now what would matter is how they score. What would matter is how they finish things off. Once again, Cuttack with the ball at their feet, looking for space. But then again, denied by Kandhamal. Now that's good football. Kandhamal just resolute in their defense, not willing to give away the desired space that they would have hoped for. But nonetheless, it's a corner here for Cuttack. First corner of the day, first set piece of the day. And the corner comes sizzling in. But then Kandhamal repels it, a long ranger. Misdirected. Goes out of play. This is great football here from Cuttack and Kandhamal. Cuttack already hitting the accelerator with all their might. Wherein Kandhamal, at the moment, slightly reticent at the moment, busy defending their forts. 3 minutes on the clock, and we already have some decisive movement in the game. We already have the two teams trying to make all these efforts count, and that is eventually where it would all boil down to. Great game until now for the first minutes. Cuttack once again on the ball. Sends in another shrieking long ranger, but this time Kandhamal had their defenses up and running. In a desperate race with the ball, it would eventually be Cuttack who would get a corner. Second corner of the day for Cuttack. Tells you the intent that they have come to this game with. Tells you 1,000 stories about what they want to do from here on. And the corner comes floating in. Chance! Repelled from the goal line. Cuttack still not giving up. They want that early goal. Kandhamal under some serious heat. At the moment they feel or they find themselves in some intensely choppy waters. And here they come from the right now, looking for a goal of their own. Oh my word, against the tide of the game. Kandhamal has broken the deadlock. Cuttack has found themselves gobsmacked. All the power, all the pressure, all the heavy artillery has fizzled away to oblivion as Kandhamal has managed to sneak in the opener from the far right through an explosive counter-attack. That's an absolutely dreamy finish to what started off as an attack on their own goal. Football, bloody hell, that's what Sir Alex Ferguson would have said. But this is absolute intensity, crackling, sizzling, lighting up the ground between these two juggernauts. This game is going to be riddled with drama, high-octane drama, tensions, thrill, excitement. If you are still not aware of what just happened, let me give you a heads up. It is Cuttack who's been dictating the first 5 minutes of play, but then out of nowhere, just when it felt that Kandhamal could be under serious pressure, as Cuttack kept on knocking on their doors. Oh my word, that could have been another catastrophe altogether. But the flag's gone up. That could have been some serious trouble. This could have been a double whammy. Cuttack at the moment, they are perplexed, they are starstruck, they are punch drunk here. They do not have a response to what has just struck them. They need to get themselves back in the game. They need to rally their forces. This is a momentary stupor, but this momentary stupor can already cost them the trophy. They'll have to be careful. They cannot let another goal slip through, because if they do, that can be a serious hit in their confidence before they head towards that second leg or even the remainder of the minutes. These are crucial minutes. These are important minutes. 6 minutes on the clock. What a start to the grand finale, or the first leg of the grand finale rather. That is the exact football, is the exact brand of football that you'd expect in a finale. Kandhamal comes knocking on the door again from the right, but this time they wouldn't have that last laugh as they would have wanted. Now Kandhamal seeming a lot more dominant after the goal. They say that when you score a goal in football, now that's a confirmation. Ramesh Oram was the goal scorer for Kandhamal, and who probably would have got one of the most important goals in his life already. And that is so important. Ideally, when you score a goal in a finale, and that too in an intrigue finale, you would always hope to remember it right till the end of your life, because these are stepping stones of your footballing career. These are the building blocks of your footballing career. So when you score in a goal like this, game like this, a high voltage game indeed, you obviously get a lot of confidence driving forward. You get a lot of faith in yourself. And that is what you would expect. Oh, this could have been another easy opportunity for Kandhamal to try and unload an effort towards the goal. But then Cuttack, they were quick to clamp down that space and snatch the ball away from the opposition. That's great football there. now Cuttack, they'll have to reignite their hunger for getting that first goal for themselves. They were fighting hard for the opener, almost came within whiskers of scoring that first goal, but just when it felt that everything was going right for them, Kandhamal managed to turn the tide around. And here's a quick stat for you. Best performance of Cuttack so far in the 62nd edition of Sahani Cup is against Raya Gada as they steamroll their counterpart by a staggering 15-0 margin. And now, here's Cuttack trying desperately to stay on their feet just when they are being jabbed and jabbed and jabbed by the incessant aggressive aggressions of Kandhamal. Yeah, Kandhamal are simply not relenting. And why would they? And here's another piece, a stat for you, just a counterpart to the preceding one that we dished out. And the best performance of Kandhamal is 5-0 against Kendrapada. And this time a long free kick comes floating over, but this time straight to the gloves of the goalkeeper. And just to give you all a heads up, this is not a capital ground that I probably have already announced twice. This is the OTM ground that's hosting the first leg of the finale. A busy day for both sides, particularly the defenses of both the sides. It seems as if they've been on their toes and they want to find more power in their sails, more steam in their sails. Kandhamal now from the right, but not one of the best passes that you would ideally expect. And here's a quick confirmation of the number of goals that both the teams have scored. Excluding today's goal that Kandhamal has already used to open their account, they have scored 19 until now and 37 from Cuttack. So inclusive of today's goal, Kandhamal has 20 goals, wherein Cuttack has 37. And here's another corner for Cuttack. Third corner of the day. Will it be the clarion call of awakening for Cuttack? A sizzling corner kick gets whipped in. The ball still remains with Cuttack. The initial danger has passed, but the danger coming from rain still lingers on as Cuttack feeds on the delivery and now tries desperately to force their way through, and eventually the ball is headed away. Throw and taken there. A slight knock, and the ball takes a couple of bounces as it goes out for a throw in. It's going to be a throw in favor of Kandhamal. 12 minutes of exciting encounter between these two sides, and eventually Kandhamal. And this can be another chance if they are able to snatch the ball away. They're trying to press it really high, and the mistake almost happening. They almost relinquished possession. In the jaws of the shark there. It felt the way Kandhamal was just attacking their opposition. It felt for Cuttack as if they have been caught in shark-infested waters without any escape. Very fortunate that the ball just managed to sway away from the feet of the Kandhamal player. It could have been a serious catastrophe. Moments within which danger could have doubled itself for Cuttack. They were just fortunate that the ball didn't really roll in the stride of the attacker, the marauding attacker from Kandhamal. This game is turning out into a burning nightmare so far for Cuttack. Somehow all that early domination, all those early questions those were being asked have now been reduced to ashes. As Kandhamal keeps on driving forward with all pomp and vigor. And Cuttack is really having a hard time keeping them at bay. At the moment, it feels as if the small chinks in their armor are exploding into massive crevasses, as if an asteroid has been hurled from space in order to leave that void in their armor. They'll need the plugging of the same, because if they can't, then Kandhamal has a very punishing attacking unit, and they will not simply let it go. Here's a chance for Cuttack, however. This can be a glorious opportunity if they are able to keep the ball under possession. But then again, here's a long run for Kandhamal, but this time the ball goes away from the player. This could have been a fine chance, but it doesn't produce the kind of sting that they would have been expecting. And a quick throw there. Slightly scrappy, a very rare moment where things can go scrappy in the finale. Because so far, almost everything that the teams have done, it's felt perfect. It's felt exciting. It's felt like a work of art. And it's going to be a free kick here for Cuttack, or rather for Kandhamal. And Kandhamal sends it lurching forward, but the ball eventually will be with Cuttack. They have it under control. They'll need to regain their composure, because particularly in a finale made with the first or the second leg or whatsoever it is, ideally when you lose your composure, when you feel the pressure, when you feel the heat, it feels as if there's a lot going on in your plate. There are a lot of questions that probably need to be answered earlier than you can imagine. Another corner here for Cuttack. Another chance for them to try and sneak in that equalizer, to try and get themselves back in the game. We can see the OTM crowd absolutely chock-a-block, filled to the rafters, and the number of audience keeps on burgeoning with every passing minute. And why not? It's the first leg of the finale after all. It's the grand finale, and that too on a Sunday evening. What more can you ask for? Ball stays with Cuttack. Wanted to send in a lofted cross into the box, but again, not the finest. Ball stays with Cuttack. Easy, cool and calm. Again, now it's a little bit of box-to-box action, just reserving a bit of energy, because as we have already seen that this game can turn into a real attack contest, particularly with firepower kind of cannons that both the sides would be coming forward to the game with. Kandhamal still looking forward. And Cuttack, however, has managed to fall back. This can be a chance here. Short passes, measured passes, to be honest. At the moment, it feels that Kandhamal has got Cuttack in a bit of a blue funk there. This can be a glorious chance for Cuttack if they can keep the ball in. It seems that they couldn't. Could have been a fine opportunity if they could have knocked the pass in towards the center. But they had to be stalled. Now it's going to be a long goal kick. They'll be flowing in. And here Kandhamal comes knocking on the door once again. if you take a closer look at the game, probably there's a bit of numerical supremacy of of Cuttack in their defense, but Kandhamal is still managed to find those open spaces there. So that tells you a lot of tales about how Kandhamal has approached the game. Cuttack, however, has a chance, but Kandhamal just trying to crowd them over, looking for some shooting leeway. Won't find it straight away. It's a captain of Cuttack, Pintu Samal. Pintu sends a square ball, and now a bit of a twist and turn. Now the ball now. Back with Pintu again. Now Pintu sends in a shrieking ball, trying to split the defense into half. But eventually didn't really get the kind of width that he would have wanted on the ball. That eventually eluded his own plan. The idea was correct. The idea was great as well. But at the same time, your execution needs to be picture perfect in order for this to bear fruit. Cuttack just coming, knocking on the doors again, but that won't be bearing fruit at all. The ball remains with Kandhamal, but this time a poorly controlled delivery allows Cuttack to regain possession of the same, just in the way you would expect. Bombing past a chance, shot comes in. Oh, it whistles past the net. Could have been the equalizer. But what an effort! What an effort! In the flash of an eye, Cuttack came in, hoping that they could manifest this counter-attack into something serious. They almost did, but it was inches, and the ball could have been in the back of the net. But nevertheless, again, Kandhamal survives. Cuttack gaining confidence, growing in stature, and probably with every passing minute, they would be increasing the intensity. The shed. Now the ball stays there with Kandhamal. That's Cuttack. Claims possession for themselves. Great work already. And it eventually rolls out of play. Bit of a hasty exchange now in the center. Kandhamal once again starting to press, and this turning out that Cuttack, the moment they are being pressed in their own half, they are losing that confidence. It feels as if their defense is not up to the mark and seems slightly shaky than the other games that they have played so far. Back with Cuttack, now the captain, Pintu Samal. He'll probably have to lead the unit to the very front. This could have been a chance just when it felt that the ball was about to break free. Now Kandhamal is desperate in order to keep the ball away from their own goal. Cuttack, well, they do have the desired speed, do have the desired shooting prowess as well. They need to come together. These two have already met once in the tournament before, where both the sides played out a 1-1 draw. been slightly hot afternoon as well, because we know that temperatures can rise high. Oh, that was another lovely opportunity. Just thinking that the ball could sneak in there, and why not at the end of the day? There's another lovely ball this time, but the ball's well connected there by Cuttack. Now Cuttack comes forward again. Another long range effort. Straight into the gauntlet of the goalkeeper. A bit of a fumble that somehow gave those early skates the feet of being racing. Cuttack player, but the Kandhamal goalkeeper Sanjay Hembrow had things under control. The OTM ground filled to the brim now. And a water break has been given as we approach the 25 minutes mark. It's been a pretty eventful affair today at the OTM ground. Kandhamal 1, Cuttack 0. And the game begins again, and this time it's Cuttack who has got us underway. In their signature reds, attacking on your screen from the left to the right. And now the ball falls at the feet of Kandhamal here. Sends in another lovely delivery to the far right. And now he's trying to create a pass of their own, and a brilliant cross comes floating in. But they were unable to keep the ball in control. That was a lovely, lovely delivery. It's just unfortunate that the ball sailed away from the player who was trying to knock on the doors. A couple of passes there. Bit of a feisty exchange of the ball between themselves, and even though not producing anything significant, but Cuttack now knitting together the short passes. That's a lovely ball. Can he latch onto it? Can he keep the ball in play? He can. And now you need some support and help in order for that to turn into a defense-winning cross. The cross comes in. Golden chance. Sails over. Point blank range. Free header. And yet he couldn't connect. This should have been barred 6 feet into the net, 6 feet into the net of Kandhamal to restore parity. But it wasn't. That is where it all went wrong again. Cuttack, they have been coming closer and closer. It's just that they have failed to finish. And Kandhamal, being the opportunistic side that they are, they had one chance. And they pegged it. Hammered it into the back of the net. Another slicing opportunity. But this time the goalkeeper of Cuttack standing tall, Sanjay Hembram. Yeah, that could have been an arm stinger as well. That was a thunderous effort indeed. A bit of a half-hearted attempt there from Kandhamal. Ball, however, remains at their feet. Come forward, knocking on the doors again. This is a pretty decent delivery, but at the end of it all, it won't really matter because the goalkeeper of Cuttack was quick to reach out and collect the ball. Few short passes now between themselves. And now Cuttack does manage to claim it. Send the ball forward, another golden chance, but this time, however, it won't really see the light of the day as a decent defensive maneuver gets the job done here. A goal kick now in favor of Kandhamal, and they're pretty happy with how things have been so far. They're comfortably settled out in the center. They have that early lead, and that is why they would be even pleased a lot more than you'd usually expect. Cuttack with the ball now, trying to knock on the doors from the left. And I reckon the referee's blown the whistle, laying down the law. The collection that he did manage to pick up, that wasn't the best of connections. So as a result, eventually a free kick was given out there. This can be a dangerous juncture. This can be a great chance for Cuttack to try and restore parity. Just when it felt that they won't have a better chance, this is where it has all come down to. Can they hammer? Here sails in the free kick, but Kandhamal not willing to take any risk whatsoever. Eventually takes it away from the opposition. Team simply keeps on getting a much more fast-paced, a much more oscillating battle between these two teams. The corner comes flowing, and the ball still remains with Cuttack. Sends in a cross, but denied by the opposition now, and eventually goes away. That's another throw in here in favor of Cuttack. This has been an absolutely brilliant encounter, they say. Very, very rightly said. No question about how this game has unfurled until now. Cuttack once again with a long ball. Does well to keep it in control. Sends it to the far right. Cross is expected, but the flag's gone off. This game is not going to be that easy. None of these two teams will find it as easy as they want it to be. Because at the end of it all, these are the two finest sides of the tournament. So in order to break open each other's defense, they will have to put a lot more effort than they have so far in the tournament. They have actually faced each other earlier in the tournament, so they know the kind of intensity that is required to break down the opposition rear guards. Another cross comes floating in from the left for Cuttack, but the goalkeeper was in position, and kind of challenge that you'd usually expect that was taken care of. What still remains? Challenges remain as well. And this time straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Cuttack and Kandhamal just trying desperately there to stay on their feet. But the question is, how far can they last? Another long throw there. Kandhamal, pretty happy the way they are performing, the way they are delivering. They do not need to worry at all because they know that they have things under control. They know they do have the luxury right now to try and slow down the game in their own favor. It's a throw in here in favor of Cuttack. It's their captain, Pinto Samal, who needs to really come up with a lot of thoughts here, because at the end of it all, they say that a captain should ideally be leading your way from front. Another cross comes floating in from the left, but repelled by Kandhamal without breaking a sweat. And now they're trying to carve open an opportunity of their own from the right. Eventually earns a throw in. Cuttack now has the ball in their favor. They can drive forward further. Yeah, but right now they would just twist and turn around in order to keep the ball in control. Simple passes, nothing complicated at the moment. And that's exactly how it should be. Another lovely chance. Cuttack still desperation creeping in. They're unable to get the ball, and that is how the desperation is already starting to trickle out in terms of a bit more aggressive football, in terms of being physical in the game. Very decent encounter until now. And eventually it's a free in favor of Kandhamal. 1-0. And it looks pretty comfortable and well placed at the moment. For Kandhamal, they do have the desire, given the fact that they are leading this game, in order to try and slow down the game in their favor. Another cross comes floating in from the left. Cuttack valiant, trying to stave it away, and eventually does manage to do that. Not the most convincing clearances, if one may say, but a clearance nonetheless. That is what would matter. Clearance. Those clearances need to keep on coming. You cannot allow Kandhamal down, or else they can turn life into a living nightmare for their counterparts. They do have the desired artillery in their share. Now looking for some space to get the ball knocked in. Takes their time, sends it across, header! And the goalkeeper tipping it away in the dying embers. What a glorious chance! What a phenomenal piece of glancing header! The goalkeeper of Cuttack, Sanjay Hembram, denies Kandhamal and trying, or rather an attempt, to get themselves the second goal of the day. What an incredible brand, what an incredible gentry in football are we savouring here. Kandhamal extremely opportunistic, knows when they need to knock on the doors and have been doing that vehemently. And Cuttack somehow, they were well in control of the first 3 minutes of the game, almost did manage to get that opening goal as well, only to be denied. And since then, their opposition has been running roughshod over whenever they have got the chance. Final 5 minutes of regulation time lined up, and after that, whatever additional time will be given, that is what shall define the game. But at the moment, there's still 5 minutes of exciting football to unfurl ahead of us. Free kick here for Kandhamal. Sends it floating within the box. The goalkeeper did come out and had to punch it away to good extent, because that ball had the writings on the wall of what could have been a perilous chance. The ball stays with Kandhamal. Took a slight knock of the referee on its floating path. And now the ball still remains with Kandhamal, to be honest here. Cuttack still desperate to take the ball away. Kandhamal has snatched it away at the edge of the box, but Cuttack were quick to react and quick to respond as well. Eventually does manage to snatch the ball back from the opposition. And now Cuttack motoring along that left wing. But Kandhamal, crucial intervention, $1 million intervention indeed, that eventually would allow them to stay in the hunt. It's been a pretty high-octane battle until now, and the needs of medical support. The medico has rushed out to the centre. Just trying to figure out a chance. This time, however, they won't really have that required or the desired kind of a pass that they would want. A free kick in favour of Cuttack. Now Cuttack can actually get an opportunity to build from that left wing to get this chance of trying to figure out a way forward. They have been pretty decent until now. Another chance and straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Kandhamal now from the left. Sends in. Searching cross there. Danger still not over. A bit of a battle. Hither and yon. The ball still stays with Kandhamal. Still showing space and support as well. And the ball goes out of play. Eventually the goal kick now is just taken care of by the players. Kandhamal and Cuttack now slightly getting things a bit scrappy there. And eventually it's a throw-in. The ball now stays with Cuttack. 2 minutes of regulation time going on. Can they find a way? Can they? That's the million-dollar question. Long ranger could have been a severe blow to the aspirations of Kandhamal, but it goes floating past them. Quite a brilliant chance indeed, but not the grandest of opportunities. They were just trying if they could find that way through. Look at the crowd anticipating desperately for a goal here. They know that they need a goal altogether. They know that they'll have to score. A bit of a push. Ranger header there, rattles the side netting. Great chance, great chance indeed. Just when you felt that we would be going silently into that half, we won't be, because there's a lot of action still remaining. It's a throw in now in favor of Cuttack. The ball stays with Kandhamal at the moment, and now Kandhamal can drive forward from the left here. Great work. But then again, stopped and obstructed by the player in what could have been a free run. And eventually that's the end of the first half. A glorious first half comes to an end after an exciting exchange altogether. A great game of football is what has unfurled ahead of us. And believe this or not, ladies and gentlemen, There's still a lot remaining in this game in the next forthcoming 45 minutes.
62তম সিনিয়র মেন ইন্টার ডিস্ট্রিক্ট ফুটবল
Believe
চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপ
this or you may not,
সাহানি কাপ
this game still has a lot to offer.
ফার্স্ট লেগের ফাইনাল ম্যাচ কটক ভার্সেস কন্ধমাল মোটরে প্রথমার্ধের খেলা শেষ সুদ্ধা 1-0 অগ্রণী
Exciting contest, and that's a confirmation at the end of the first half. Kandhamal won. Rakesh Oram was the goal scorer who got that lead in the 5th minute.
ফুটবল
But
আসলে পরিচয় সমস্ত কর্মকর্তা মানুষ অনুরোধ করিনি
I reckon we'll be returning. We'll now slip into a short breather as we return for the second half of the contest. 10 to 15 minutes from now. So do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back shortly.
ଆଜି ତାର ପ୍ରଥମ ଫାଇନାଲ ଏବଂ 17 ତାରିଖ ଦିନ ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ଫାଇନାଲ ଏବଂ ଅନ୍ତିମ ଫାଇନାଲ ମ୍ୟାଚ ହେବାକୁ ଯାଉଛି।
Well, just before we break, there's a quick display of the stats. Possession 52% for Kandhamal, 48 for Cuttack, 7 shots for Kandhamal, 2 for Cuttack, 4 on target for Kandhamal, 2 for Cuttack, no corners for Kandhamal, 6 for Cuttack, 5 fouls for Kandhamal, 5 for Cuttack, no yellow cards, no red cards shown, 7 free kicks for Kandhamal, 5 for Cuttack, and eventually 1 save by Kandhamal, 3 saves by Cuttack. These stats are powered to you by the official broadcasting partner of the Sahani Cup 2023 Sports KPI. The now slip into a short breather before we return with the second half of the game.
ତାପରେ ସେମିଫାଇନାଲ ଏବଂ ଫାଇନାଲ ଡ୍ୟୁଟି ହେବାକୁ ଯାଉଛି। ଏଥିରେ ଫୁଟବଲ ଆସୋସିଏସନର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ଥିଲା ପିଲାମାନେ ଯେମିତି ଅଧିକରୁ ଅଧିକ ମ୍ୟାଚ୍ पाउछन्ति ते जोरदार गोलटार दियन्तु फुटबल आसन ओडिशार सेक्रेटरी आशीर्वाद बेरा महोदय एवं बाराबाटी कटक पूर्वतन विधायक देवाशी सामंतराय महोदय एवं यूथ एसोसिएशन संपादक अशोक कुमार साहू महोदय बर्तमान टे जोरदार गोलटार दियन्तु समस्त दर्शक बंधु अनुरोध करुछि कटक विजय कुमार दास वाइस प्रेसिडेंट फुटबॉल आसन ओडिशा दिलीप कुमार साहू वाइस प्रेसिडेंट फुटबॉल आसन ओडिशा सुब्र प्रसाद त्रिपाठी सेक्रेटरी कंधमाल डिस्ट्रिक्ट देवेंद्र कुमार कंवर एक्स एमएलए एवं मिस्टर हरिनारायण धन्यवाद दूँ एवं मिस्टर आरपीसी ऑल इंडिया फुटबॉल फेडरेशन फुटबॉल कोच एवं आंबासाडर फुटबॉल ओडिशा आम धन्यवाद दूँ अनुरोध करूँ हेलो लाइट एंड पावर नरेश कुमार साहू लाइट एंड पावर नरेश कुमार साहू विशिष्ट क्रीड़ाविद भल पाइबा आम धन्यवाद दूँ अनुरोध करुँ मुख्यमंत्री निकट को आसवाई नरेश कुमार साहू लाइट एंड पावर प्रोपाइटर आम अशेष धन्यवाद दूचे पहुंचू वर्तमान आमर फुटबॉल आसन ओडिशार समस्त कर्मकर्ता एवं ओटीएमआई स्कूल पड़िया किपर भाव में आग को फुटबॉल नुआ रूप नेब फुटबॉल को चौद्वार रु आग को नेब यही इच्छा को मु अनुरोध करुच्ची यूथ आसन तरफ आशीर्वाद साहब बेहरा महोदय को चौद्वार अंचल जो प्रचेषा और टुलू बाबूर प्रचेषा ए दुई जनकर मिलित आनुकूल्य चौद्वार फुटबॉल प्रेमी मानक आगू नई एवं आपण मन को ये जानते बर्तमान देवाशीष बाबू देवाशीष महोदय को समर्थन कर
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with the second half of the contest. This has been a pretty decent battle so far, and as things stand, Kandhamal still has a 1-0 cushion over Cuttack. And as the momentum so far has been built, it would definitely be in favor of Kandhamal. Cuttack has definitely come pretty close until now, but at the end of it all, if they are unable to find the back of the net, they will have to go back to the drawing board before the beginning of leg 2, because that is what would settle the fate of the game. But until now, Kandhamal will be pretty happy with how things have proceeded and how they are driving forward from here on, because it's never going to be easy at the end of it. With every passing minute, it's going to it's going to get a lot more difficult. Kandhamal has a chance, a brilliant flick there. The ball's at the far right, looking for a potential goal-scoring cross. The cross comes floating in, but straight down the gully of the goalkeeper of Cuttack. No real sweat there, Sanjay Hembram. Collecting the ball as if it was his bread and butter, and obviously it was his bread and butter. There's no denying the same as well. And he has a chance. Another cross comes in from the right. Kandhamal easily repelling away, making their counterparts work as hard as they can. Just trying desperately to stay on their feet. They'll need to build something from here on, because if they're unable to do that, it's only going to get tougher and tougher. Cuttack, definitely, they have the intent, but the execution somehow has been all over the place. That execution is what eventually changes the complexion of the game. Here's a chance, but once again, simple take at the end of the day for the goalkeeper. No real threat whatsoever. 48 minutes in the clock. And Kandhamal still has a 1-0 cushion. Where in Cuttack, they are trying desperately to stay on their feet. They've tried to create those chances, but somehow or the other, the chances have not materialized in favor of Cuttack. This is the first leg of the grand finale from the OTM ground. And as things stand, Kandhamal has a 1-0 cushion over Cuttack. A bit of a tussle in the center. Ferocious one, but at the end of the day, ball goes out. Now the ball falls in the head of the Kandhamal player, but Cuttack, the defenders of Cuttack, quickly converging upon the same and clamping down for any possible space that the player could have got. So great stuff indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a quick heads up. This game is brought to you live by the official broadcasting partner of Sahani Cup, Sports KPI. So if you still haven't joined in, this is the time. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you want to obviously keep on getting these games, we would definitely be bringing these games more and more to you. There's a player down in the center who would need some treatment there. The referee is quick to surround him. And the medico, I reckon, has also been summoned over. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much tempers flare and how much for rivalry you carry on the field, off the field, you're all brothers, and off the field, the friendship is also there. But obviously, football being a body contact game, it does the things to you that you probably don't like. But that's what the game is all about. It's good to see that the player's back on his feet, so that means the game's gonna restart with a bounce. Rather, a free kick actually has been handed over to Kandhamal. The free kick comes floating over. The goalkeeper outleaps his markers and the marauders and eventually grabs it without any real challenge. And now the ball is at the feet of Cuttack there, knitting together those small passes, forming those small miniature formations in the ground, just trying to stick to the rudimentary, because when they say that not everything's going your way, you should try and focus on the basic, because that will give you a lot of hope, that will give you a lot of belief if you can start getting them correct. But again, getting them correct is not as easy as you think one would. That was a stinging shot there from Kandhamal, and an equally brilliant save from Sanjay Hembram under the woodwork of Cuttack, keeping his team alive. Or rather, it was a save from the goalkeeper of Kandhamal, Jagan Bishoy. Great save, putting in a full stretch dive. What an entertaining evening for the onlookers out here. Kandhamal still on the ball now, trying to drive forward from the right. Running short of support, running short of space. The ball runs out of play. There's another chance. Cuttack now from the left, looking for support. Cross comes in, but the ball's gone out of play. This match is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of drama remaining, and this is just the first leg of the encounter. There's still a second to come. That'll be even more entertaining. But right now, let's focus on the first game. What an absolute wonder this game has been. Now coming all the way from the right. And the ball eventually goes out of play. Kandhamal back on the ball. And it would go out of play. Kandhamal trying to build. Again, another opportunity from the right. Bit of a fight there. Ball still remains. Kandhamal comes in with a stinging shot, but not on target. Goal kick now in favor of Cuttack. Cuttack now has the ball there. Easy pickings. Kandhamal has snatched it now, looking for some space ahead, but Cuttack equally hell-bent that they won't be giving away the ball. Kandhamal so reluctant to give that easy run there. And eventually they'll go out of play, a throw in for things to kickstart with Kandhamal there. This has been a pretty scintillating, a sizzling battle so far between these two sides, and with every passing minute, it has felt as if the game has simply gone from one end to the other. It's a corner, the first corner of the day for Kandhamal. Can they utilize it in their favor? It sails into the box, but not the best of corner that one would really expect. A goal kick now. In favor of Kandhamal there. They'll be happy to see how things have proceeded altogether. Cuttack has the ball in their favor now from the right. However, a bit of a tuck there that would eventually take the ball away from Cuttack. Here's another goal kick now in favor of Kandhamal. Yeah, this has been a pretty decent encounter, to be honest. The battle has been pretty topsy-turvy, but at least Kandhamal has managed to maintain the momentum that they would have wanted. They've seemed a lot more convincing. And now we head towards the 1 hour mark. Cuttack so desperately trying to find that equalizer, and why not? They have tried every possible measure in their arsenal, but somehow or the other, they have just not able to find that gateway. They do have the goal scoring opportunities, but the question is, do they have what it takes in order to restore parity today itself? Maybe or may not be, but they'll be going fine. This is a great chance from the left shot, but not against the most glorious of chances, rather to be precise. Wasn't the easiest of shots to be taken. Just when it felt that it can have a chance, it can have a situation, it went out because it was not struck firmly. time quickly headed out of contention there. The ball still remains in the air. A bit of a push, Haider and Yon. Slightly scrappy now, but Kandhamal, that's a brilliant pirouette that would allow them to reach at the toe end of the ball and keep it in play before it goes out. But a throw-in now going in favor of Kandhamal. That's really good to see. Now this is where it, probably all of it, would boil down. This is where it all twists and turns all together. Kandhamal just denying Cuttack. Cuttack somehow seems slightly more reticent in the second half than they were in the first, and that is exactly what should even be giving them a lot more things to worry about. Because probably they may think about that this game is still okay with them if they go on to lose this as well, because they have a second leg to try and figure it out. But what if the second leg just turns out to be equally denting for their aspirations? And that is where all the challenges can be. But then again, I reckon they can take one step at a time. There's no need for them to hurry. Decent job there. And eventually the ball rolls out of play. Again, Kandhamal asking for a foul there. I reckon it was pretty clear in his intention that there was a bit of push that was done on him. So why was the foul not given in his favor? But at the end of the day, one needs to understand that shoulder pushes in football are pretty common. So if you would expect that a shoulder push to go as a foul, there needs to be significant evidence for the referee to make that call. Again, an attempt to create a back flick in favor of themselves, but Cuttack today, so far, whatever they have tried, it felt that the avenue was not really right for them to venture into. They have somehow just smashed into a cul-de-sac. And that is exactly the kind of blockages that they will really not like to go their way. As the game progresses, it is going to be an extremely close affair. Cuttack now gaining the ball from the left. But once again, Kandhamal quick to close them down. Now, this is a brilliant twist. Can they find the required help that can lead to all sorts of problem here for Kandhamal? But I reckon that was too selfish there. Just wanted to keep on driving forward, but it just didn't really go his way. At this time, hammers it onto the players. Cuttack back with the ball, looking for support. Kandhamal just blocking their path with every possible wall that they have in their shape. They're throwing it right now at the feet of Cuttack. And Cuttack is stuck, barely able to move altogether. And this time, the referee's blown the whistle. Look at the crowd, look at the numbers of people out there. But out in the center, they're enjoying this game to the fullest of extent. A Sunday evening, pretty pleasant weather out there. So why not just go out there to say football is always a game for the masses. And obviously, like Odisha has been building some incredible things throughout in terms of Indian sport. Football is just a growing aspect of the same. We have seen a few footballers coming out of Odisha, and obviously, why not name one of the biggest teams of ISL? Not particularly in terms of their exploit, but the kind of young talent that they have nurtured over the years. Odisha FC. It's a treat for these fans to come out and watch such high octane football amongst them. That's a kind of a game that you all come to enjoy. 67 minutes, 23 minutes of action remaining in the regulation time. There's another goal kick there. The ball's back with Cuttack now. Another chance for them to try and get a goal for themselves. If they can, obviously. Cuttack still desperately chasing the ball in whatsoever possible measures they have. They need support, to be honest, and they need to believe a lot more. They need to believe a lot more in themselves. Unless they believe, nothing would go in their favor altogether. They'll have to keep on knocking on the doors with everything they can. They have to keep on coming closer and closer, hoping that they can get themselves in the game. And this is a lovely cross chance, and this time they sailed it over. Great opportunity for Cuttack. Could have been goal number one for them. Could have been the equalizer that they're so desperately looking forward to. But ends up hammering it past that woodwork. A categorical chance for Cuttack after a long, long time. Now still the game going slightly haywire, not being controlled for the time being. There's no real threat whatsoever. Now the ball is with Cuttack. Now trying to find a way from the left. Decent pass. No real threat again. Sends another lovely ball there. That's well knitted together. And he actually turned and looked at the linesman, thinking that maybe the flag would go up. I reckon or rather his initial expression should have been that he should have gone for the ball and then would have seen if the flag would have gone up, because ideally that would have given him a better chance of trying to get the ball and drive forward instead of just looking at the linesman thinking that whether the ball is alive or not. That was poor acumen there. And pays the price now that the possession is back with Kandhamal there. Cuttack desperate to keep the possession alive, but Kandhamal equally brilliant, just not giving away anything whatsoever to their counterparts. And this time Cuttack forced to get the ball out because Kandhamal was breathing on their neck and it could have been some serious challenge. Yeah, that's a lovely ball. Another chance. Brilliantly defended there by Cuttack, shielded with his body. Ideally, you won't see such defensive maneuvers, but that was an absolute gem there. And now a goal kick for Cuttack. And this was another chance there. Kandhamal still has the opportunity to clear it. This is once again the comparison of goals between the two sides. 37 goals for Cuttack, 20 for Kandhamal. But every time Kandhamal has come together close enough to Cuttack, the latter has been in some real challenges. Things have just not gone in the way they would have wanted altogether. It's now going to be a corner here. And that's how the corners have panned out. That's another stinging save. Crucial save there. Goalkeeper of Kandhamal keeping Cuttack at bay. I'm sure that Cuttack must be thinking, what on earth do they need to do here in order to get that equalizer? They have tried all possible resources in their arsenal and somehow none of them have come to pass. Cuttack once again from the left. Another cross comes in, but before that could have inflicted any kind of harm out there. It was taken care of by the goalkeeper. Corner here for Cuttack. Another corner, probably one aspect where they are overwhelmingly leading the likes of Kandhamal. And now Kandhamal speeding, trying to speed down that left wing, looking for space. Now the ball's back with Kandhamal. Controlled football from there. Very good footwork. Nimble-footed, calm of head. And now sends the ball streaking down that left wing. Can they find an avenue to score again? Great ball, the ball still stays with him. I reckon the free kick has been given. That have been such a glorious chance altogether. It's a pretty breezy outing there today. That is what it makes this game even better for the players out there. But this can be a denting blow right through the heart of Cuttack if Kandhamal manages to get things on target. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time where you prepare for probably further drama. Do we have a second goal awaiting us? It's all set for Kandhamal. 75 minutes on the clock. Free kick awaiting. It's going to be a long stride before he can peg it back into the net. The whistle gets on. Free kick. Oh, what a strike! But then misses the net. That was an absolute gun strike from the player. Unfortunately, however, couldn't really find the desired bend in the ball that could have troubled the goalkeeper. That was a thunderous strike. Dipping menacingly there. Rather 76 now. 14 minutes of regulation time remaining, and this game will be done and dusted forever. At least the first leg of the game. What a crackling battle this has been, and with every passing minute, it has felt that this game has come closer and closer to probably solving the mystery if these two teams putting out their best foot forward. There's a player down and who will need some treatment, and that's why the referee has actually stopped the game. And it's good to see that the players are back on their feet. A bit of a topsy-turvy encounter now with the bodies falling on the line. A free kick here for Cuttack. That probably won't be going in from that range unless you're a Roberto Carlos, because that man could have made anything possible. But that can definitely be launched in for a better chance. Can be used as a launch pad. And it was sent in to the box, into the mixture, but no significant progress on that at least. And this time as they try to drive even better from that left wing. Went out of play. Chances have galore, but now a few bodies are starting to fall down. The game's getting a lot more aggressive. So yes, it's obviously going to be slightly challenging as time passes by. Still 12 minutes of regulation time remaining in the first leg of the grand finale. It's good to see that the players are back on their feet. The long free kick comes floating in, but straight down the gully of the goalkeeper. Easy pickings, to be honest. Shred part entirely taken care of. .80 minutes of intense footballing action has unfurled ahead of us, and as things stand, it's still 1-0 in favour of Kandhamal. Great game of football until now, obviously. You never know, because football, all it needs to take the game to change is probably a few seconds, and you won't even know before you blink, the game will change. That's how quick, that's how fast the football match is. You've got to be alert on your toes on the field or off the field as well. That's why they say that it's a very fast-paced encounter. And tempers flaring here, that is not needed. Has been a game. It's understandable that the results may not have gone exactly in the way they would have wanted it to, but again, one needs to understand that this is just a game, and probably there's still one more leg to play. Now, Cuttack Still desperate for the ball, but not able to reach it. But they've got it this time. Looks a better chance. Takes a nice little turn. Created the space for them. But not in the manner they would have wanted. Kandhamal trying to put their bodies on the line if the ball sends a forward ball, but Cuttack has managed to regain it. This looks a very promising chance from the left. Trying to send in a potential goal-scoring cross, looking for support. The cross comes in! And the goalkeeper eventually palming it away. It's all happening at the OTM ground. What an absolutely crazy battle that's unfurling ahead of us. With every passing minute, this game is turning into an intense drama. Another corner for Cuttack. It has been raining corners for Cuttack altogether, but none of them has so far been shown the right direction that can give them a glimmer of hope. The referee says, get back up, let the ball keep on rolling. Cuttack was hoping that maybe there would have been a free kick, but there wasn't. Players back on his feet as well. Another throw in for Cuttack. They'll need all hands on deck if they have to try and break the deadlock. Yeah, but shots like that won't be helping their cause under any circumstances. That's a poor shot, to say the least. This time straight down the gully of the goalkeeper there. Now Kandhamal once again down the central channel, taking some time. Now needs to get a fine ball there. Yeah, that's a lovely delivery. Shot comes floating in. I reckon there will be another free kick. The referee is calling the offender over. Not the best of signs. Not at all the best of signs. The yellow card is in his hand. That would be the first yellow card. One needs to understand that this game still has one more leg to be played for. So you have to be very careful about what decision you're making out there. Went for the shot. The referee did allow the advantage, but he had to pull the offender over in order to hand over that yellow card. I reckon he's in too much of pain. 84 minutes on the clock. Another critical juncture from which Kandhamal has actually got themselves a free kick here. Now this can be really strugglesome here if it does go in. Already Cuttack has somehow been losing the steam, and the tempers have been flaring pretty badly altogether for them. So maybe they will expect that this free kick is not on target. Kandhamal all set for the free kick. They'll need to keep it on target, obviously, if they need to have the faith that they can also get that goal in. from range. Not the easiest of targets, to be honest. The distance is way too much. There's a chance. Goes for the free kick. Laser-like shot. Chance again. The goalkeeper has fumbled. But Cuttack quick enough to close it down and snatch the ball away. Fortunate, we must say, the goalkeeper making a fumble at a juncture when he shouldn't have under any costs whatsoever. Very, very lucky that the ball didn't go in. Knocking on the doors so badly there, Kandhamal. Look at this. This would give you a clear idea. Now that's a thunder strike. The ball bobbles off pretty awkwardly for the goalkeeper. Kudos to the goalkeeper that he had the senses that it didn't go down initially, because ideally what goalkeepers do under this kind of circumstances is that they go down in the hope that the ball would just bounce ahead of them and go into his arms. But it doesn't really work at that at times, because when a bounce like that happens, what we saw a few moments ago, it may end up leaving the goalkeeper bamboozled and he may end up steering the ball into his own net. That is exactly what the goalkeeper wanted to avoid. So the technique that the goalkeeper deployed was correct, and good understanding between the defender that allowed Kandhamal to remain in the hunt, or rather Cuttack to remain in the hunt. But that was a very clinical strike. It could have been some serious pressure. But what a game of football, we must say. An absolute brilliance. And with every passing minute, this game is turning out into something even better. Something into an absolute clash of the juggernauts. Cuttack still has the ball. 1 minute of regulation time remaining. Can Cuttack equalize? And the referee has given away a free kick to Cuttack at a pretty decent juncture, and a pretty dangerous one indeed. If Cuttack can utilize this, we may have an equalizer roaring in. Chance here for Cuttack. An iconic moment. This can have a very significant influence on the game. Cuttack goes for the free kick, ends up jamming at the wall, and eventually will get a corner. Brilliant strike, but it just had the power. And a corner comes floating in! The ball's gone into the back of the net! All the salvo of Cuttack has eventually bore fruit as they manage to score! From the corner, look at the celebrations! The roof is coming apart at the OTM ground! Glancing header! Desperation from the goalkeeper! Still couldn't keep it out! What a time to strike back! The first leg of the grand finale has come alive, and what an absolutely reckoning strike. Kandhamal now wants that lead restored before they head to the second round. It's a matter of a psychological impact. It's a matter of a psychological battle What a game we have witnessed out here at the OTM ground. Whether there's further drama remaining in the second half, obviously there will be. But at least for the time being, this is football at its sizzling best. 91 minutes, still 90 seconds of football remaining in this first leg. What a cracker. And why not, ladies and gentlemen, if you still haven't been thrilled enough, maybe the second leg will provide you that thrill. But this is why we all come to watch football. This is where it all changes. What a phenomenal strike indeed. You won't believe it. You need to see to believe that. It's absolutely a heart-thumping encounter. If you're weak of heart, this game is not for you, ladies and gentlemen. This game cannot be for you. What a battle. What a battle of two juggernauts are we witnessing. This is absolutely brilliant. What a footballing game has it been. And now a throw in, but again, that equalizer is in the end of everything because there's still one more leg of football still to come for you all. Oh my word, what has happened? Cuttack has got a 2-1 lead from nowhere. A cross comes floating in from the right and it has been steered home from point blank range. Would you believe that? Drama at its magnificent best. Look at that cross. Look at the finish. The goalkeeper stunned and thrilled to see things happening. The crowd has gone frenetic in ecstasy. And why not? I reckon even my voice is standing to break down because a game like this, it produces absolutely heart-stopping moments, jaw-dropping seconds. Kandhamal would probably be heartbroken and shattered. But once again, there is altogether a different leg of football to play. You won't believe what happened here. You won't believe what did we witness. This is thrill at its very best. This is Indian football at its very best. Inter-district football at its very, very best. A completely dramatic encounter. 3 minutes of additional time. And that's the end of the first leg of the finale. What a game! What drama! What tensions! But ladies and gentlemen, if you have joined in just now, let me tell you what has happened. Let me give you a quick narrative of things. It was Kandhamal who secured a 5-minute lead. That was how early they scored that opener. And then it was in the 89th minute that Cuttack restored parity. And eventually in the 94th minute, Cuttack got that second goal for themselves. It all went crazy at the OTM ground. And just in case if you're wondering where is the second finale or the second leg of this finale, it's the 17th of May. It would be live on the official YouTube channel of Sports KPI, so do not forget to join in. What an intense encounter. Look at the crowd, they're celebrating this moment, and why not? They have all the right to celebrate this. This is their moment. This is their day. This is their day to celebrate football. Now try and show you the stats that probably have defined the game. That's what the numbers say. 46% ball possession for Kandhamal, 54 for Cuttack, 12 shots for Kandhamal, 7 for Cuttack, 1 corner for Kandhamal, 10 for Cuttack, 9 fouls for Kandhamal, 14 for Cuttack, 1 yellow card for Cuttack, 18 free kicks for Kandhamal, 10 for Cuttack, and both goalkeepers have saved 4 goals apiece. And these stats were powered to you by the official broadcasting partner of the 60 seconds Sahani Cup. And there's the official confirmation. Kandhamal 1, Cuttack 2. And the second leg of the finale would be on 17th May 2023, live from the Kalinga Stadium at 3:45 p.m. Do not forget to join in. This will be your commentator Rohit signing off. And this was wonderful being with you all. Do take care, do stay safe, and most importantly, enjoy the remainder of the weekend. And obviously, go into the new week full of energy, bustling with all your passion and your dreams. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. This will be us going off air.
अशोक कुमार साहू टुलू बाबू को हाथ धरी ए 14 अंचल फुटबॉल को किपरि